Y'all, have you seen these gas prices lately? If you think it's bad now, let me take you back to the 1970s when American drivers had it so much worse. I'm talking gas lines that wrapped around the block, inflation through the roof, an economy that was basically stuck in quicksand. And guess what? It all came down to one thing: oil. So grab your tea because this story is dripping in international drama, economic chaos, and some serious foreign policy tea. Let's get into it. Okay, first, let's talk about a word you need to know: embargo. An embargo is when a country, or in this case, a whole group of countries, refuses to trade a product as a form of punishment. And in 1973, the US got hit with one hard. In October 1973, war breaks out in the Middle East. It's called the Yom Kippur War, and it's a big deal. Egypt and Syria, backed by other Arab nations, launch a surprise attack on Israel. Israel is struggling, so the U.S. jumps in to help, sending military supplies and support. And guess who is not happy about that? OPEC, the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, which was led by Arab nations like Saudi Arabia. They saw the U.S. back in Israel and decided to hit America where it hurt, and they cut off oil completely. And just like that, the U.S. was slapped with an oil embargo. Gas prices quadrupled overnight. People were waiting in line for hours just to fill up their tanks. Some gas stations ran out of fuel completely. And because oil is used for everything, transportation, heating, manufacturing, the economy went into a tailspin. If you had a big gas guzzling car in 1973, oh honey, you were struggling. And just when people thought it couldn't get worse, it did. All right. So fast forward a few years and the US gets caught up in another oil disaster. This time it's all about Iran, and honey, it is messy. For decades, the U.S. was besties with the Shah of Iran. He was pro-Western. He kept Iran's oil flowing to the U.S. at stable prices, and he was opposed to the Soviet Union because, Cold War priorities. But the Shah was also corrupt and out of touch with his people. So by 1979, the Iranian people had it. All right, so the Shah gets overthrown and flees the country. And who takes over? Ayatollah Khomeini, who hates the U.S. Like, call him the Great Satan level of hate. And just like that, Iran's oil production collapsed. No oil meant prices skyrocketed again. Gas lines were back. Inflation was through the roof. At this point, the U.S. is realizing maybe we shouldn't depend so much on foreign oil. So they created the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, basically a giant emergency stash of oil in case this ever happened again. And just when we thought we learned our lesson, OPEC strikes again in 2008. The global economy was booming, and countries like China and India were using tons of oil. OPEC saw an opportunity and cut production to keep oil prices high, because why not make more money? Prices hit a record high of $147 per barrel in July 2008. Then, bam! The 2008 financial crisis hit. Banks collapsed, the housing market crashed, and suddenly, people weren't driving as much. Demand for oil plummeted, and OPEC had to lower prices again. But by then, the damage was done. If there's one thing to take away from this tea, is that oil equals power. Anytime there's a crisis in the Middle East or OPEC decides to mess with supply, the whole world feels it, especially in our wallets. The short and sweet version: in 1973, the U.S. helps Israel. OPEC embargoes oil, and gas prices explode. In 1979, the Iranian Revolution shut down oil production, and prices soar. And in 2008, OPEC manipulates supply, gas prices skyrocket, and then the financial crisis forces them to backpedal. So, next time gas prices go up, don't just blame your local gas station. Check the news because there is likely some international drama behind it. If you love this tea, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more history served hot. And hit that notification bell so you never miss a spill. Until next time, stay fabulous, stay informed, and keep sipping that history tea.